Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Western School 2020-2021 school year. This is Brenda Goodrich, principal, and I want to recognize school psychologist Kara Brennan, social worker Andrew Collins, and guidance counselor Denise Nezzo for their collaboration on this year's focus at Western, which has been fostering the social and emotional growth of each and every student. This has been an unprecedented year. I am proud to be part of the Western team. Staff, students, and families have risen to the challenges we have faced and have seen these hurdles as opportunities to grow and learn. Western is continually working to create a safe, engaged, happy community, supporting the social and emotional growth of all, where each and every student develops into the vision of the graduate. Before beginning the school year, a team of staff and I worked to create a back-to-school plan to ensure the safety of the Western community. This slide highlights some of the steps we have taken to keep everyone as safe as possible. Some examples include working in play areas being socially distant. Teachers were extremely creative in setting their classrooms up. There's a picture of a first grade classroom there where desks have been made to look like Jeeps. Both recess and school materials have been individualized. Bathrooms and working spaces assigned. And cleaning logs ensure surfaces are cleaned and sanitized throughout the day. The staff has also created social stories, posters, and videos to support student learning of these new protocols. So why a focus on social and emotional learning? Western has always put a strong focus in social emotional learning and supporting the whole child. In light of the pandemic, we feel that social emotional learning is even more crucial than ever. Not only are we taking steps to support our students' social and emotional well-being, but we're also taking steps and time to care for one another. In times of social distancing, we need to get really creative in how we connect with one another. Some action steps we have taken include making and distributing a staff directory booklet, including pictures and contact information, creating a welcoming packet for new families, having a strong social media presence, and using School Messenger not only for messages, but also for pictures, so families can have a clear understanding of what is happening throughout the day. And clear communication with staff on their individual needs. It's important that staff have the safety supplies, instructional supplies, and technology they need, but it's also important that they have time to learn so that they can make the shifts necessary. Creating opportunities to share, connect, and celebrate with one another, even things like virtual breakfast, have also made a positive impact on maintaining a culture of connectedness at Western. While caring for one another is important, we need to also think about the impact our changes have had on our students. We have focused learning opportunities and helping students understand and regulate their emotions. Each classroom created a class charter. Students decide together how they want to feel in school and the action steps they need to take in order to make that happen. There's a class charter picture in the center. We've also incorporated many theme days into our calendar to celebrate learning. In honor of Martin Luther King Day, Amelia celebrated her hero. She dressed like a nurse practitioner. And for Dress Like Your Favorite Book Character, Sophia dresses like Little Red Riding Hood. The next couple slides focus on the professional learning initiatives this year. This past year, we were faced with unprecedented challenges that required us to reframe our educational practices. The pandemic often became the forefront of conversations in regards to our focus, but it also further highlighted the need to continue to address inequities in education. Our district's focus on equity became even more important in the face of COVID-19, and the national news highlighting racial injustices that still permeate every facet of society. At Western, we have continued to engage all staff in the district equity training modules. Additionally, we have shared resources with staff for concrete strategies to create an equitable curriculum. At the end of last year, we began examining both the behavior SRBI and the special education referral rates and looking at it by race in order to identify a disproportionate referral rate. This month, Western has collaborated with district-wide initiatives to celebrate Black History Month throughout the building. Staff are participating in weekly activities to celebrate Black Americans' historical achievements, musical contributions, and present-day accomplishments. The school will also be participating in a school-wide readathon next week to celebrate Black authors. Living through a pandemic is a form of trauma. Staff receive training on trauma-informed practices, environmental triggers, and steps we can take to support students at varying levels. In collaboration with the SEL team, teachers administered the DESA screener to assist us in identifying students who may be in need of more intensive interventions. The Behavior SRBI team reviews data from the DESA screener and teacher referrals to determine the most appropriate intervention. As I mentioned, students often need varying levels of support. The SEL team has several interventions, some of which include individual and small group counseling, check-in and check-out, behavior plans, and a bounce-back program. The team meets regularly with teachers and parents to monitor progress and to make adjustments to ensure student success. Ruler has been another initiative we've taken part in. Ruler is an approach to social emotional learning that teaches emotional intelligence to people of all ages, with the goal of creating a healthier, more equitable, and compassionate society. Classrooms create a class charter highlighting how they want to feel in their classroom and the promises they make to one another. Teachers and students have been taught to recognize, understand, and label their emotions on the mood meter, along with strategies to help themselves when they're not feeling quite themselves. These are called meta moments, and they include things like belly breathing and positive self-talk. The picture on the right is a mood meter in a kindergarten classroom. Students put their picture in the mood meter quadrant to indicate how they're feeling. The video on the left is a fourth grader sharing her thinking as she uses the mood meter. In this fourth grade class, the safety screens have become the actual mood meter.
Mia, how are you feeling today?
Today I'm feeling optimistic because we got out of school early and it's snowing. And I'm going to put optimistic in the yellow because I want to feel optimistic all day.
Our collective goal at Western is for every student, every day, in every class, using skills, knowledge, and deep understanding to make sense of the world, solve problems, and take risks so that student achievement increases. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I am happy to answer any questions you may have.